Welcome to Bridging the Gap, the Madison County Chamber podcast, where Madison County stories and businesses connect. I'm Sarah Pugh, the Executive Director of the Madison County Chamber of Commerce. On this podcast, we spotlight people, businesses, and nonprofits that make our community thrive, while also sharing the rich history that has shaped Madison County into what it is today. Each episode is a conversation with a local leader or business owner about what they do, why they do it, and the story behind their work. Our goal is to help you better understand the services and opportunities available right here in our community, and to build meaningful connections that encourage us all to support local. Today, I'm excited to welcome Kris Miler of Speckled Hen Farms. We're looking forward to learning more about her story, her impact, and connection with Madison County. Let's get started. Hi, Kris. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
So you are the owner of Speckled Hen Farms. For listeners that don't know you yet, can you tell us who you are and what Speckled Hen Farms is all about?
Absolutely. So my husband Todd and I moved here, roughly, 11, 12 years ago. We live on 5 acres out in the country. And at the time, I knew that there was going to come a point that I wanted to leave my full-time job and decided this was kind of something we maybe wanted to do. So we kind of talked about it for several years and we're trying to figure out a way we could do a tiny produce farm, but then in addition have a farm store of some sort to go along with it. So it was quite a process and it took several years for us to figure out the plan, what we were going to do and how we were going to do it.
So where did the idea of the name Speckled Hen Farms come from?
I tossed around a lot of different ideas, but knowing when we moved to the country, the first thing we automatically did was get chickens. That was one of my priorities when we moved from the city is I needed a place where we could have chickens. And so our very first chicken that we got, she was black and white, speckled, and we named her Winona. And she was sort of the inspiration of the name.
And is that the chicken in your logo too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's so cute. What inspired you to leave the city and go to that rural life to start a business?
A lot of it was because my husband worked in this area a lot. He was doing a lot of work in Madison County and surrounding areas. So that part kind of made sense, but we just knew that we wanted to be out in the country. We'd been living in the city right next door to our neighbors, loved our neighbors, but we just needed more space. And so we looked for about 5 years to find a piece of property and a house that worked for us.
Yeah. So like a slower way of life.
Yeah. And just, I think more space and just trying to just take it down a notch. And traffic, which I know is hilarious because Des Moines isn't really known for its traffic, but it was just kind of getting out of the city and just enjoying life a little more maybe. And like you said, just slowing down a little bit.
Okay. What were some of the early challenges you faced when you got started, especially operating a farm-based business where you don't have a traditional storefront?
One of the hardest things for us is knowing we wanted to do some sort of produce farming. The way our land is situated, we're on a slope. We have 5 acres, but it's not necessarily flat. So we knew we could plant a little bit there, but we needed another piece of ground. So that was a challenge for us, is trying to figure out how we were going to do that and where. And we got lucky because we met through some friends, Pete and Leanne Gilman, and they live behind the farm store, which is now the farm store. And they have lots of land, but they have Lone Oaks Farm back there. They had just bought an adjoining piece of property that had what used to be an abandoned dog kennel. And so they contacted us and said, hey, we heard that this was an idea you guys are looking at doing. We think maybe we can help you out. Come see us, let's talk. And so we did, and they showed us behind what is now the farm store. It still had dog runs and kennels, but they're like, could you possibly make this work as part of your produce farm? And we're like, yeah, I think we probably could. It's going to take some work, but we can do this. And then I told Luann, I said, but I really, in my head, envisioning a farm store of some sort. And she's like, well, come with me. And she walks me into what is now the farm store. And she's like, can you do anything with this? And it was really gross. I mean, it had been, a dog kennel for many years and then abandoned. I'm like, oh yeah, I can see it now. Like I think I can do something with this. So it was a challenge for us, but it was really also a really great opportunity. And so we were very fortunate that we met them and they understood and saw the vision that we had and they wanted to help make it happen. So we got really lucky there.
How long did it take you to convert that dog kennel into what it is today?
I'm still doing it. It's like every year, when I started out, I didn't have the money to do what I wanted to do, so I just had to make do. My friend Jill helped me sew like curtains out of paint drop cloths to cover the kennels. So the farm store was just a tiny little area. I had very little merchandise because I just didn't really know how to buy merchandise. I didn't know where to look. I didn't have the funds. So the first year was very, very minimal. And then every year after that has grown and grown. My new best friend, Tom Moss, my contractor, I call him at least, I don't know how many times a year. And I'm like, I have an idea. And he's like, oh boy. He's like, what are we doing now? So it's a constant growing thing. We add a little every year and new ideas come every year. So it's still in the works.
Was there a moment that you felt really proud of how far you've come and realized that it's working?
I have those moments a lot. And most of it is, when somebody comes into the farm store, whether they are coming for an event, a pizza night, or just coming to shop and buy produce, and somebody says, I had no idea you were here. I had no idea it was going to be like this. To me, that's the really fun part, is because it's unexpected and it's surprising to them. And they always say, what a hidden gem. We didn't know it was here. We're going to tell people, and we're always kind of like, well, don't tell too many, because it's kind of keeps it fun and fresh and exciting when people stumble across it. So for me, that's kind of an aha moment and makes me proud to know that we're creating something that people are excited about. And when they walk in and they see it, or they come to a music event, they have a great time and they're like, we're going to be back. And so I love that. Yeah.
So tell us more about what you offer out there, because you've mentioned pizza, you've mentioned music, along with your produce in your shop. So tell me more.
So we do, our produce farm is very, very small. So our goal, we offer fresh produce. Whatever I'm harvesting that week is what we'll have available at the farm store. Not enough to go to a farmer's market with generally, but it's a lot of, whatever we want to grow and provide for people. So that's probably our number one thing. And then the farm store itself, I try to keep everything. I call it a funky farm store because I like to keep it farm inspired and farm themed, but fun things, something you're not going to necessarily find in town. So it's not competing with local businesses here in Winterset. Something totally different and unexpected. Our pizza nights are fairly new. We built some pizza ovens, make my own pizza dough. So we do pizza nights once a month, 3 times during the season, where people reserve a spot, and the pizza choices they have are based on whatever we harvested that day or local meat from Case and Family Farms locally. And then we try to support other local farms like Cedar Shake Farm. We use all their microgreens on our vegetable pizzas. So trying to incorporate some other small businesses too. Music nights, we do Fridays at the farm. I believe it's 4 times a year, and that's just music and food and fun. We do a couple events a year with Kevin Fifo from Cover Bridges Winery, where we do a wine pairing with something kind of different and unusual. We've done sips and s'mores where we paired wine with different s'mores.
Yeah.
We've got 2 coming next season that I can't say what they are yet, but they're really unusual and fun.
Okay.
We do Pumpkin Palooza out there, which is our annual end of the season event where we sell the pumpkins, do fresh pressed apple cider, music, etc. And then we do our big holiday market on the farm in November where we do usually 20 to 25 local vendors who are set up between Lone Oaks Farm and the farm store with music and shopping. And then most recently, last couple of years, we bought the property next door to the farm store and turned that into an Airbnb VRBO property so people can stay there, experience what maybe a dinner down at Lone Oaks Farm or an event at the farm store, or just come and spend some time out in the country and enjoy it with their family.
Yes. And what is your Airbnb called?
It's called The Roost at Speckled Hen Farms.
Very fun. Can you walk us through what goes into producing some of your products? Because you are truly farm to customer. And I recall you saying at one point you were planting a lot of plants. So is that just for produce sales, or do you use that in making other items?
Mostly it's for produce sale. But then also we use it for the pizza nights. And if I have time, I sometimes do different canning things during the summer that I will sell at the farm store, jams, jellies, pickled jalapenos, things like that. But otherwise, the products that I carry there, I have different small business suppliers that I use that help me with that. So a lot of my jarred products are from a gourmet food producer. Okay. So that's something I don't necessarily always have the time to do. And with the laws and all of that, it's better for me to have somebody handle that portion. But all of the baking, the artisan bread, anything like that, I do. And then I try to use our fresh produce for that too when I make things like that.
Yeah. So with your fresh produce, how many tomato plants do you plant each year?
Last year we planted 48.
Wow. Jalapenos? Because you do quite a variety of jalapenos, right?
We do. We did 320 pepper variety plants last year. That was a bit of a struggle. I spent, a week, 8 hours a day trying to plant these plants. And then the deer came through and ate them all.
Oh, no.
So last year was not a great season for us for peppers.
Yeah.
Part of the issue with produce farming too is you just never know. So we need to reevaluate that. We're changing some things this year. We decided not to do our CSA program this year. This will be the first time. So we're sending anybody who's interested in that towards our friends Kelly and Clint at Cedar Shake. So this year we're just going to plant produce to sell at the farm store and use for our pizza, etc.
Yeah.
Just taking a little bit of pressure off of us. My husband has a full-time job and he doesn't have a lot of time to help manage that portion. And we feel like it's just time to maybe step back from that and just offer produce at the farm store. We get a lot of people that come in, are looking for produce, and I'm usually using so much of it for the CSA that this will be kind of a new opportunity, and hopefully we'll be able to provide more to the general public when they come in.
Yeah, nice. So does Todd help much with planting produce and all that, or do you have other people that you call on for help?
He definitely does help. But again, he doesn't have near the time. So we rely on some friends to kind of help volunteer.
Yeah.
We usually, pay them with beer and food, which is, kind of nice.
Yeah.
But we definitely rely on friends who are willing and able to help us plant. And that helps a lot.
Yeah. How has being a local business in Madison County shaped your experience or helped your business grow?
We probably wouldn't have been able to do it if we had been somewhere else, to be quite honest, because we were so fortunate to meet Pete and Luann and meet people that wanted to help us succeed. I feel like in other communities, that maybe wouldn't be the case. I couldn't do what I'm doing now, I don't think, in Des Moines where we used to live. This was just a great opportunity, and the people we've been able to reach out to actually want to help and support and give you information. That was the hardest thing for me, was asking people. So I feel like being in Madison County is, I think that's the only reason we are successful, is because we're surrounded by other like-minded people who want to help all of us succeed, and not just in it for themselves, not in it for ourselves. It's what can we do to help other people know what's available here in Madison County.
A true community mindset.
Completely.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Why do you think supporting local farmers and small business matters, especially right now?
For us, one of the reasons we wanted to do a produce farm of some sort is because I think it's important and valuable for people to understand where their food comes from, what they're eating, what they're getting. One of my big things when we did CSAs is every week I would do a letter that talked about what's in your bag this week, and why is this tomato that you're getting so different than what you're buying from the grocery store. Because there's a huge difference.
There is, yeah.
There's a difference in nutritional value. There's a difference in taste. There's a difference in how it's grown. And I think it's important for people to understand that. So to me, I guess that was one of the biggest reasons, is to educate people and help people know what they're getting and where it's from, and appreciate it more.
What has being a chamber member meant for you and your business?
It's helped me tremendously. I knew nothing about social media because I'm old, and I had never done Facebook. I had never done Instagram until I started this business, and reaching out to the chamber to help me. How do I do these things? How do I promote? And having the tools that the chamber offers. Whether it's chamber chat, chamber coffee, getting that information out there, and also having those connections to people to help you get that information out there. And talking to people who own a business who do this all the time. How did you grow that business? Where's your business coming from? How do I get there? I don't think I would be successful without being involved in the chamber. And plus, I feel it's a way to be involved in your community and be a part of something. And so for me, it's been, beyond value. I can't even stress to people how that has been so important to me.
Yeah. It's part of that is, as a business owner, you feel alone sometimes, right?
Completely,
And when you surround yourself with, a group of other small business owners, the problems don't seem quite so big.
And sharing your frustrations. Like, when I can't figure something out, I know that there's somebody I can contact.
Who's done it, lived it, survived it.
And can help me, and it's not unusual. And I think that's really important. And I don't know if I could have done what I'm doing somewhere else. So finding the chamber when I did and getting involved in it, it's been huge for me, and it makes you feel like you're part of something and you're not alone.
Yeah.
And
very cool.
that helps me a lot.
Yeah. Cool. So looking ahead, what's next for Speckled Hen Farms? And are there new products, goals, dreams you're excited about?
I'm hoping this year, again, the produce thing, that's going to be a change for us. And I'm hoping that's in a very positive thing, because I'll have a little more free time. Our hours might change a little bit, which could be helpful too. There's going to be a few things happening at the farm store, but I should probably talk to Tom Moss before I explain what those might be, because otherwise he might be like, really? That's happening? Okay.
In a typical season, what are your open hours?
So we are a seasonal business, so we open generally in mid to late May, depending on weather is a big factor, as we don't have heat over there.
Okay.
So that's something to consider. So usually mid to late May till early October. Our hours in the past have been every Sunday from 1 to 4. That may change this year. We may add some Saturdays in, or maybe just Saturdays. I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
And then we're always open for the special events, the music, pizzas on the farm, Fridays on the farm, all of those too.
Okay. And they can find any updated hours and events on your website and social media that you've figured out?
Yes, absolutely. So I post everything on, I have a website designer, so I let her know when, events or hours are coming up. Those are always available on the website. Instagram and Facebook. That's about where I stop, though.
Okay.
I don't even know if there's other stuff.
You're not doing TikToks
I
on
do
the
not.
farm?
I do not.
Okay.
No.
All right. If someone has never shopped with you before, what's the best way for them to get started to support your business?
To, come on out when we're open, sign up for an event or a pizza night, come to Fridays at the farm and enjoy some music. Check out our website. I do have limited products available on the website, but truly it's the experience of coming out, seeing where we're at, or stay at the Roost, stay at the Airbnb and do one of the events at Lone Oaks Farm or at the farm store and enjoy it that way too.
All right. And then lastly, what advice would you give someone in Madison County who's thinking of starting their own business?
I would definitely say reach out, talk to people, make connections, ask questions, and don't be afraid to do that. One thing, when we wanted to put in a commercial kitchen, I had no idea how. So I was able to reach out to our friend Kayla, who had done it, knew what to do, put me in touch with the right people. So ask questions and don't hesitate, because I think you'll find that anybody here in Madison County is going to be willing and able to sit down with you, help you make those connections and get you answers.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much, Kris.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for joining us on Bridging the Gap, where Madison County's stories and businesses connect. We hope today's conversation gave you a deeper look into the people and passion behind our local businesses and organizations. When you support local, you're investing in the future of our community. To learn more about today's guest, visit www.madisoncountychamber.com to find the link to the podcast today, or connect with Speckled Hen Farms online. And for more information about the Madison County Chamber, upcoming events, or chamber membership, visit www.madisoncounty.com. Be sure to subscribe, share this episode, and join us next time as we continue bridging the gap across Madison County.